How come it's like stuck? So I made a video before this, and I literally didn't know if it was recording, and I didn't finish what I was trying to share. But I was like, man, I'm not gonna keep recording this video if it's not even recording. Anyways, I just wasted 20 seconds of life explaining that. Let's get into it. So, I was gonna say, sorry, I mean, whatever. Um, okay, so totally useless information. Maybe, maybe not. Maybe. So I was thinking about like meditation. You know, like people are like, you should meditate. Dude, meditation is not for everyone. Like, let me tell you, it's only ready for people who are ready to get onto that leg of the journey, if that even makes sense. You know, because you have like all different levels of souls. You know, you have a baby soul who, you know, they're gonna find wonder in everything in the material realm, and they're gonna be like, oh my god, I want to experience everything. The young souls, you know, those. I think the young souls are like the ones that are more promiscuous. You know, like they're still dabbling in sexual meanderings, and you know, they're just like really like enticed by just like things of the world. You know, those are the ones that you know they thrive off of like getting positions in life and like, oh, look at what I have, all these cars and these designer clothes. And I think those are young souls. You know, they're this is all it's all like very illustrious and enticing, the worldly things. And so they're prioritizing those things. And you know, they're getting all their experiences in, so that you know, when they get into the next leg of life, which is like a mature soul. Mature souls are more like into like, I don't know, like more serious, I suppose. I don't want to get too into, because I'm trying to get to a point. So there's baby souls, there's young souls, there's mature souls, there's older souls, there's ancient souls. We're all together in this particular dimension of life on this particular timeline, trying to activate different levels of consciousness and awareness within each other. That's basically it. Um, yeah, and that's why I don't take things personally, and it's really not that serious. It just is. It's life unfolding, through chemicals interacting with one another and activating different components of, yeah, self awareness and consciousness, whatever. Hi, Ned. Ned came to visit us. What was I gonna? Dude, I started this video. I was gonna talk. Oh, ooh, meditation. So yeah, it's not for everyone. It depends on where you are at. Like obviously, a baby soul is. It's like feeding. Meditation would be like feeding prime rib to a baby, and the baby is like, I need mother's milk. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. So you can't. That's why that's why I made a video like how I think, like how like spiritually inclined people have some type of arrogance. You know, like, and I'm like so much more advanced than, no, you're not. You know, at one point you were a baby soul. You know, it's just you're currently on the leg of journey that is helping you to, I want to say, foster more self awareness and higher levels, degrees of consciousness, which causes you to become more expansive. But then by, you know, allowing your ego to get mixed into that, you just kind of like contract your expansion, you know, because you're just kind of like the comparison game, you know, like, I'm better than you. No, you're not. nobody's nobody's better than anyone else, honestly. But anyways, what was I saying? Oh, meditation. So meditation, if that is where you are at on your journey, and that's what you are meant to activate in this particular timeline, lifetime, um, whatever, you know what I mean? I feel like it's a very useful tool in order to, how do you say, in order to help you to discipline your reactions to impulses. Discipline your reaction to impulse. You know, because I know there's like so many people who are like super like, and myself not excluded. I feel like there's things that I still like I impulse. buy sometimes. I impulse shop. I impulse emotional eat sometimes. But the thing is, I'm aware of it. And then there's like people who are not even aware they're doing that. They just do it because it's a reactive like response to self-soothe. You know, I'm aware that I do that, and so my likeliness to like curb that knee-jerk reaction is higher. But I still fumble the ball sometimes, and I'm not going to guilt. See, and then there's some people who guilt trip themselves, and I'm in a point of or stage of evolution or life where I'm like, yeah, it happens. It's gonna happen. Not a big deal. Not gonna guilt trip myself. It's okay. You know? Um, yeah, different levels, degrees, gradations of evolution and self awareness and consciousness. And nobody is better or worse than the other. We're all just walking each other home. You ever heard that saying? I really like that saying. Walking each other home. Yeah, it's kind of like, if you see like a line of ants. You ever seen like a line of ants? How they all just kind of like form a line to the home, to the nest. Yeah, they're all just walking each other home. Um, oh yeah, yeah, yeah. So using meditation as a tool for impulse control. Yeah, because I was like walking around today, and then I literally, um, in my absent-mindedness, I noticed like my body was getting all these little impulses. So like if I, how do I say, like if you're in a completely relaxed state of mind, and I call this the state of mindlessness because your mind isn't full of stuff. It's literally like a blank slate, mindless. People say like people can twist that word around and say, "Oh, you're mindless." Like, um, maybe like they're using the word in a way where they're kind of like calling you like you're stupid, but no, I use it in the opposite way, where mindlessness is like you just are a blank slate, like whatever life uh, brings to you, is what it is. You're not trying to like judge it or overanalyze or like try to like interfere with the or reconfigure. No, you're mindless. You're just allowing everything to be. So in my mindlessness this morning, um, I noticed there's like a profound presence that comes with that. You're just absolutely present. You're not thinking about the future. You're not thinking about the past. You're just here right now, and it's just complete alignment. You're in the flow. You're not getting in your way. You're just allowing yourself to flow. And in those moments, I get impulses, like the impulse to drink water. And then I started getting impulses to create jewelry, impulses to create a video, impulses to just like lie in the bed and listen to the bird song, um, impulses to pet my cat, impulses to maybe get something to eat. And I'm like, oh, okay. And then I started like analyzing the impulses, like, is it something that I would like to give into, or is it something that I don't really need to give into? And then I question like, why am I giving into the impulse? Is it to self-soothe? Is it a space filler? Am I bored? Like, what's going on? Do I really need that? You know what I mean? And now I'm here making this video about meditation being used as a tool to impulse control. And not only that, when you meditate, it kind of, I want to say like when I meditated, when I first started meditations, not only did it get you to concentrate on your breath and being present, concentrate on your breath, being present. And when you're being present, you become hypersensitive and hyper aware to what's going on inside of your body and outside of your body on using all your senses. Yeah, you become like hypersensory, I suppose. Hypersensory sensitive. That's what I'm trying to say. And once you become super hypersensory sensitive to your own program, then you can take it into different degrees and levels and depths, And then like you'll start noticing like electrical signals moving through the body. Like I don't know, it just depends on how deep you've gone, guys. Like I remember like my first meditation retreat, I went so deep. I think I said this story in another video, but I was in a rainforest. So this retreat was in a rainforest, and I remember like I had to bring my own tent and my own like sleeping bag, and I was lying on rocks. It was very uncomfortable, and it was raining. So like during sleep time, it was raining very hard, and I remember each raindrop that fell onto like the tent sent electrical impulses through my body. Like that's how hypersensory sensitive I got. It was weird. Also, like I was surrounded by like these coqui frogs. If you don't know what coqui frogs are, man, you should. I don't know. You could, if you want to fulfill your curiosity, Google it or YouTube it. But basically, they're like these frogs that make these high pitched whistle sounds. The males make high pitched whistle sounds. But just imagine being like surrounded by like thousands, like tens of thousands of these frogs all whistling in unison, and then you're hypersensory sensitive, and how that like sound would just kind of like, yeah, it was crazy. But then I feel like I needed to go through that in order to get the insights I have now. But not everybody is willing to do that. I've noted, and it's okay. They're not ready for that, and then eventually they will. And then you'll probably be like exploring another angle or dimension of life. You know, we're all just explorers. We're all just explorers and time travelers. Because seriously, I feel like we're time traveling. Think about it when you're on a plane. Like, what would normally take you, I don't know, months on foot or on a boat to like travel to, you're doing it in hours. Time traveling. And then like the way they've set up the time system in order to, I want to say, oh, I think time is a man-made construct, and it's made to like not only control, it's a control mechanism, to control like how much production a human is doing. It's also used as a reference point for measurement, you know yeah, chronologically they're trying to measure something. Anyways, whatever. I'm gonna go now. If you learned something cool, if you didn't, that's cool too. But thank you for stopping by. Blessings to one and all. Have the most amazing day ever. Oh, and remember, someone else's misery is not your misery to hold. Return to sender. Yeah, oh, before I go. So anyway, so I was driving yesterday, and I was driving at a pretty like decent speed. Like it wasn't too fast or too slow, it's just like it was good. I was in a flow. And then behind me comes this driver who like a bat out of hell. Like, and he starts like hella like going really fast. And so I was like, oh, okay. So I start going fast. I'm like, okay, cool. So anyways, long story short, obviously we were safe. We're aware of how we were driving, if you're concerned about that. And he caught up to me at a stoplight, and you know how like people like go slow and they stop to look at you, but then they can keep going. Yeah, he did that, and he looked so mad. Like it was so funny, dude. Like I'm just like, wait a second, you're the one that was like a bat out of hell, and now you're mad over something that you created. But anyways, I was smiling the whole time. Like he was looking at me, I was like a hella smiling at him. And I was just like, man, that's like a 65-year-old dude with his wife in the passenger side, like driving like that and getting mad. I'm just like, and then I was thinking, and that's the whole thing. I was like, hella still like laughing and smiling because I'm just like, your misery is not my misery, dude. And then I told my manager about it, and she was like, oh yeah, he was pissed off because he was trying to control. It's a control thing. And I'm like, oh my God, control. That's true. People who are like tyrants and dictators, they totally want to control like your narrative. They want to control the reality. They want to, put you in a place that they deem you should be in. No, 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 no. No, thank you to that. No, thank you. And, a lot of these people are miserable. That's why they need to control. And then you just go, your misery is not my misery to hold. Return to sender, and then go on your merry way. Mm-hmm. I'm sure this will be like a life changing tool in your tool belt if you choose to use it. Yeah, dude. I just like laugh at everything. It's really funny. If people are miserable, that's not your misery. You know what I'm saying? Anyways, I'm gonna go now. Or else I'm gonna keep talking. And I got stuff to do, honestly. And yeah, I just hope you have the best day ever. Blessings to one and all. Amen.